In one of my previous video, I have shown how to install Kali Linux on Raspberry Pi 02W. But at the end of that video, we found that it was kind of slow in loading the desktop of Kali Linux. Hence, I thought to use Raspberry Pi 5, which is way more powerful than Pi 02W. So in this video, I'll explain you how to run Kali Linux on a pocket-sized computer, that is Raspberry Pi 5. I'll show you how to enable SSH and connect to your home Wi-Fi in the first boot. At the end of this video, I'll also show you how to connect remotely this Kali Linux from your computer. So first of all, you need to download Raspberry Pi Imager. So under this Raspberry Pi software, you can find this Raspberry Pi Imager. So you can download it and install it. I have already installed. So I'll just open this Raspberry Pi Imager. So this is the latest Raspberry Pi Imager, that is version 2.0. So now what you need to do is you need to select the device, click on Raspberry Pi 5 or 4, whichever you are using, and click on next. And from the OS, so you can install this Kali Linux two ways. The first way is using this Imager. Another way is using the official image from the Kali Linux website. So this is also going to use and download from the official website, but still I'll show both the ways. So to download from the Raspberry Pi Imager, you need to go to other specific purpose OS, and from here you need to search for Kali Linux. So you will find it here, and here based on the model of Raspberry Pi you have selected, it will be showing the correct version here. So you can see Kali Linux ARM image for Raspberry Pi 3, 4, 400, 5 and 500, which is 64-bit. So it will be downloading 3.1 GB and you just need to click next. So I'll also show you another method right now which I am going to use. So what I have done is I'll go to Kali Linux, click on Get Kali and go to ARM, and in the ARM you can see Raspberry Pi, and here there are different things. So you can see 32-bit, 64-bit and 02W has separate one. So for Raspberry Pi 5 you don't have 32-bit, you only have 64-bit. So you can click download here and it will download. So I have already downloaded. You can see this image that is already downloaded, and this is 3.08 GB. So now to use this image, that is custom image, you need to go to the last option, that is use custom, and click on Kali Linux, the image, and give it open. Click on next. So now you need to plug your SD card reader. So now I have plugged SD card reader. It has some other OS. I'll just close this and select this and click on next. Now you need to see the summary, and this customization got grayed out because I'm using custom image. Now I'll try to select the image from here and try to see if it is showing the customization or not. Yes. So if you are using the image of Raspberry Pi itself, then it is showing the customization. So because I have already downloaded, I will not use the image of Raspberry Pi Imager. I'll use my custom image only. So the password and username will be Kali and Kali because you are using custom image. But if you are using the image from the Imager, then customization, whatever you have put, the username, password and the host name will be selected automatically. Now click on write. And I understand erase and write so that all the SD card will be formatted. So it has started writing. I'll just fast forward this. Now you can see the write is complete. Now you can click on just finish. So next thing that you need to do is you need to add SSH file and WPA supplicant file, which is used to connect your Raspberry Pi to your Wi-Fi. So to do that, you need to replug your SD card reader. First remove it, now add it. So after inserting the SD card reader, you can see this boot as a drive. And here you need to create a new file called SSH. So you can create the text document. So you need to just rename it. So also remove that extension and click on SSH and say yes. Now SSH file has been created, which is an empty file. Next, create another text document which is WPA underscore supplicant, and the extension is CONF. So you can click yes and open this in a Notepad++. If you don't have it, please download it, because there is some encoding that we need to do, because we are using Windows and Kali Linux is in Linux or Debian version. So we need to do those changes, otherwise it won't work. So click on edit with Notepad++. Now this page will be open. Now you can see this is the username, SSID and password, and we are using WPA PSK. Even though you are using WPA2, it will be useful here, and remaining things can be as it is. So I'll just put them without any tab space. So once you have entered these values, you need to do two changes. First is encoding. So convert to UTF-8 is the first thing. Second is go to edit, and under EOL conversion, go to use this Unix LF, because by default it will be Windows. So I suggest all the Windows users to do this. Now you can save this. The next thing that we need to do is we need to unplug this drive. So you can just eject it. After that, you can remove the SD card from the SD card reader and insert that onto your Raspberry Pi 5. So for the just namesake, I'm using the external monitor. So just to show you what happens in the first 5 minutes. So you don't have to use this external HD monitor. You can just wait for 5 minutes. Now you can see the desktop directly appeared. So I'll stop here from the external monitor and show you from the terminal. Find out what is the IP address that is being assigned to the Raspberry Pi which is running with Kali Linux. You need to open Angry IP Scanner. So you can directly download from a website. So you can search for Angry IP Scanner, and the first link you can download, and it will be showing like this. And here you need to select the IP range of your local LAN, and that also you can find from Windows or CMD. So in the command prompt you can search with ipconfig, and here you can see the LAN address. So the LAN address can be found from here. So that is Wi-Fi LAN, and 192.168.29. So .1 is the default gateway. So from this .0 to 255 I have set. So like this you can use your own LAN range and click on start. So you can see there are total 6 hosts alive. So I can close this and sort by ping. So here you can find different IP addresses. So I'll try to use one of them. So you can use putty or command prompt and use the host name. So with these IPs I cannot find Kali Linux, which means that there could be some issue with the WPA supplicant. So you can again create a WPA supplicant file and try it. But there is another option, that if you have this external keyboard, monitor and mouse, then you can work out for the first time with them, and then you can set up the Wi-Fi. So I'll show you that way as well right now. So now I'll connect the external monitor, keyboard and mouse to the Raspberry Pi 5. So after connecting to the screen, I can see this login page. So you can log in from here, type Kali and enter. So now you can see this is the desktop that is there, and now we can try to connect to the Wi-Fi. So you can see it is not connected to any Wi-Fi from here, and then you can see available networks, and I can select my network and provide the password from here. Now I have typed the password and click on connect. So now here you can see it is connected. So you can go to the terminal IP A, and this will give you the IP address of this. So you can see 29.123. So now if you use Angry IP Scanner, you should be able to see that. So I'll start again scanning from here. See the hosts alive as 7. Now you can sort by ping, and you can see 123 is available. So I'll use this putty, use 123, and you can see this accept. So you need to type Kali and password also Kali. So now you can see it is connected. The only problem could be, for the first time the Wi-Fi might not be connected. So that is the problem with the WPA supplicant.conf file. So as I mentioned, if you do the proper encoding and EOL, it should work. If it is not working, you can again retry by connecting this SD card to a computer and creating the WPA supplicant file. If you don't have this external monitor, that is the only option that is left. And if you have this external monitor, as I mentioned, for the first time, you can use this GUI way of connecting to Wi-Fi. Next thing is, if you want to remotely connect this Raspberry Pi Kali Linux from your computer, that is, you want to access your remote desktop. So for that, you need to install some softwares. So first, you need to update the software. So sudo apt update. So after that, you can paste this install command wherein it will install xrdp. Next is, you need to enable the xrdp using this command. So I'll provide all these commands and you can find these in the description link. So now you can directly go to the remote desktop and provide the IP address. And now you can see the yes or no. You can click yes and the session is shown here, and you can leave it as it is, and you can provide Kali and Kali. So you can see this desktop has been loaded very quickly compared to the Pi 02W. And that's it. This is how you can install Kali Linux into your pocket-sized powerful computer, that is Raspberry Pi 5. If you found this video informative, please type helpful and smash that like button. If you are interested to learn how to install Kali on VirtualBox, then click on the link from the end screen or from the description. Your support means a lot to us and helps us keep creating more content like this. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another interesting video.